So Satou Sabally faced Dijonai Carrington in what was the worst game of one-on-one basketball in the history of basketball. I'm going to be honest, it was the worst game of 1v1 basketball there ever was. There ever has been, and there ever will be. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Like, not everything when it comes to the sport of basketball has to be good, but it was one of the worst games ever. Like, if you look straight away, like, Dijonai gets hacked. She gets hacked by Satou, comes in, goes to the basket, and Satou just hacks her. Like, that was the whole game. And I love it because I like it because it was Dijonai. But like every single time Dijonai went to the basket, Satou just hacked her. Satou was like, I can't guard Dijonai going downhill, so I am going to foul the heck out of her and force her into shooting a jump shot. And by the way, like, that hack in the first possession, that was not called as a foul. That was not called as a foul, so Dijonai ended up with a shot clock violation. Like, there, she had like 2 seconds to go because she got hacked previously. And like, good hands there from Dijonai. But like, you're looking at this game and you're seeing some scores, some nice post fades and everything. But like, the game was the most ugly 3-on-3 in the history of basketball. And every single time Dijonai was doing anything, Dijonai tried to do anything, Satou would just go and hack the living SH. Look, what, she just shoved her onto the ground. Did they call it travel? No, thank God they didn't call it travel. But like, did we just see that happen? Is this real? So Dijonai's getting the ball and Satou just shoves her. I'm watching this and I'm like, because I was on the plane when this game was happening. I got off the plane and was watching it, and I'm like, this might be one of the funniest things I have ever watched. Genuinely, one of the funniest things I have ever watched. Because there's no point talking about the basketball. And basically, Satou, every single time there was a chance that Dijonai was going to drive, Satou just grabbed her, shoved her on the ground, did anything. Like, Dijonai's walking around and Satou's pushing her. Like, Dijonai doesn't even have the ball. There was a stage, the ball was off, and Satou just was pushing her. Satou was pushing her in this whole thing. Let's take a look a few seconds earlier. 57-21. Dijonai's just walking around and Satou's just coming in and grabbing her. Like, I like the competitiveness. I do like the competitiveness. And Dijonai doesn't even get a freaking... Your man mispasses the ball to Dijonai. Like, what are we even watching? And then the ball goes... Satou gets the ball. Like, the ref has no idea what's going on. The ref has absolutely no idea what is happening. Oh no, Dijonai gets the ball back. I don't want to show too much that isn't relevant to this. But, like... Dijonai then goes downhill. And Satou hacks her again. Satou hacks her again, lads. She goes downhill. Eventually, she gets the ball. And she's hacked again. Satou ends up getting the ball because they give it as a jump ball. Even though Satou hacks her. And then Dijonai, in fairness, Satou, that's the only thing Satou can do is shoot those, like, side steps. And eventually Satou gets the score. Like, Satou gets to 9-4, and eventually Satou goes and wins the game. Like, Satou is there, she's sizing up. Dijonai drives in. Dijonai probably fouls her twice there, and they eventually score. But, like, I'm watching this game, and I'm like, this is the worst basketball I've ever seen. Like, the fact that the game literally nearly didn't, like, it almost didn't end, like, because of the time limit. And it was one of the just most shocking things I'd seen. Dijonai, obviously Satou going and winning. Dijonai was 2 of 12 from the field. Because every single time she drove to the basket, Satou just hacked her. Satou was like, I am not faster than you, but you can't shoot. So you're going to either shoot, or every time you want to drive to the basket, I'm just going to shove you. It was one of it's like it was like as much as it was awful, it was also comedy. Like it was also absolute comedy, and it was great to see Dijonai getting pushed around wasn't a bad thing to see, because in fairness, Dijonai a lot of the time, and I mean this I don't mean this in a negative way. Like we all know that like calling someone a bully on a basketball court is a term of endearment. We've seen Dijonai effectively use her physicality and bully offensive players into basically allowing her to dictate. Like allowing her to completely dictate what the offensive player does. And she's probably one of the only players in the W that is good enough on defense and physical enough that they can fully dictate what the offensive player does. So to see Satou basically dictate what Dijonai was going to end up having to shoot. I mean, yeah, it was something interesting to see anyway. Not something that I expected to see, but definitely it was something that was fairly interesting. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. So we are obviously talking about this Unrivaled situation and the 1v1 with Azare now. Azare in the semi-final. In fairness to Azare, I have to give her credit. She is dominating. People saying, "Oh, it's unfair for the having post players against guards." I mean, there's plenty of post players that have lost. Azare's been one of the best players in Unrivaled, period. Arike beat Satou 12-8. Arike went 4 of 10. Arike held Satou to 2 of 11. But like Azare 5 of 9. Azare got her buckets. Azare missed every 3-pointer she shot. Sorry, Aaliyah Edwards beating Alicia Gray. But like at the same time, like Aaliyah Edwards did beat Stewie 12-0. She 12-0'd Stewie. Like that is impressive. That is very, very impressive. And obviously Fee was always going to beat Courtney Williams. Like there was no chance of that. And to be fair, Fee almost 12-0 Katie Lou. But then also it got to It got to 10-6, and Katie Lou had like 3 wide open threes and missed them all. But yeah, it's just a mad old game, a mad old 1v1 tournament, and I've talked about it previously. Man, I don't see Unrivaled lasting more than 2 years. I hope it does. I hope Unrivaled does, but I actually can see their TV deal being bought out. It's been that much of a shit show. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think that this was a fun game? And it was nice to see Dijonai, who's normally incredibly physical, who's normally like the player that's physically imposes herself on the other team's offensive players, get just hacked the living crap out of for basically the entirety of a 1v1 game. But anyway, I'll see you guys.